Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade, and well guys, in this one I wanted to do some PTR testing, so we're going to go into Waycrest Manor 20. So this is nothing really serious, you know, it's just a 20 with no affixes, so we're going to go in there to check out what the changes are for this iteration of Waycrest Manor that we're going to be getting, you know. And you guys know this format, I really like to do it. I just talk over the dungeon, you know, on what's happening at that moment, on some tips and tricks that I can give you for your future endeavors in this place. With that being said, let's start with the dungeon. Okay, here we are starting at Waycrest Manor. So this first part is really good because they changed how the doors work. Like in BFA before, you had to like choose a door, actually not choose, you got a random door assigned and you had to play with whatever that door was. Now we have all the doors, and I'm guessing people are just going to start playing with the left side most of the time because it's the easier side to do. You don't go right side because there's a bunch of hunters that are really dangerous. This pull is nothing incredible, you know, just do my opening rotation, just blow up those ghosts. They don't do really anything, they just do some like random casts that normally get interrupted by any AoE CC that it happens. They also have a lot, like very little health, and they just die. Now we're pulling this pack. There's a witch. Those witches appear at certain points of the dungeon. They're big. They can't be actually stunned, and they do a shadow bolt volley that you see there. That's interruptible, and we actually didn't do it. And they actually drop that like rune under them. That rune makes them take like 90% reduced damage to anything that's inside of that. So we gotta move these mobs, you know, trying to kick them as best as possible and just nuke them down, you know. Yeah, after that, there's one of these guys has a frontal, that shallow cleave thing, you know, that purple thing in the ground that was looking. The graphic didn't exist in BFA back then, so we just had to like guess where the captain was watching, but now you can actually see that. We're actually fighting the mobs on top of the rune, so they're taking little damage. Okay, finally the rune disappeared, and now we go to the first boss. So this is the witch's boss. This is one of the ones that I think is going to be a popular when we get this dungeon in live, you know, because this dungeon has actually a lot of mechanics. You saw there, I got like mind control. This is because the middle witch, the sister Solena, that's her special ability. You know, she mind controls someone, and people have to like drop that person up to like 50% and then snaps out of the mind control. Next is Sister Milady. So she is going to put like a bunch of swirlies under us, like these circles, and we gotta like spread out so we don't like explode on top of each other. I think they're dispellable because I saw someone dispelled something on me, so I think they can be dispelled, at least one of them, so not everyone takes the damage. The next one is Sister Briar. You see there, she casts Jagged Nettles to someone. It's a really big physical bolt of damage that someone is going to take. So if it's going on, let's say, a plate DPS, it's no problem. But if it's going on a clothy, maybe you should like try to bop them or use a small defensive, you know, on high theoretical keys. Other than that, you always have to DPS the witch that has the orb on her. AoE doesn't do too much here because the other witches are taking like reduced damage, so just most of the time just try to like single target the big witch with the big orb, you know. After that, they just do normal like bolts. One thing to notice is that Sister Briar, the one that's like last standing here, the bolts she does is physical damage. So if the bolt is like I said, targeting someone that's like plate DPS, you know, like plate class, it's easier to take the damage. While on clothies it does more, so try to interrupt it according to who's targeting what. After that, we're going to do a big pull here. Tank's going to gather all these like guards and all the stuff. These guards actually hit really hard on fortified, so it's pretty. This is a pretty hard pull if we put affixes in the mix, you know. We almost have cooldowns back. We're gonna use our normal rotation, you know, apply expurgation to everything. Judgment, do our normal, then spend and use our normal rotation, you know, just with the new tier set. I'm still kind of like warming up to the new tier set. I still try to use sometimes Hammer of Wrath on AoE, which is something you never want to do anymore after we lose that tier set, the old tier set. So these mobs do have certain mechanics, mostly like frontals, you know, those shallow cleaves of the captains. The big witch, this one doesn't actually drop like that rune that reduces damage on anyone, so it's less annoying to fight. Now we're up here in the fountain. We're gonna do another big pull. A lot of these mobs are not elites, so yeah, big pulls are really nice in Waycrest Manor. As you see there, we're just pumping a lot of damage in AoE. The tier set is actually really good. in AoE situations. Archers actually is good in both single target and AoE. You know, it's a hybrid tier set. I'm really glad about that because it makes it like we have damage for both types of like damage needs. You know. After that, we're gonna pull this Matron Brittle, the big ghost that you see there. She does a lot of damage if you stand on those like swirly brown thingies, so don't stand on those. You have a lot of time to move, so you shouldn't be getting hit by them. They're physical damage, so even though they're physical damage, they do a lot of damage, so try to just not be in those. After that, don't get hit by the lightning, the fire. I don't know how it's scaled, but in BFA it didn't scale with dungeons, so you could get hit by lightning and nothing happened, but maybe they scale it now, so maybe you take a ton of damage, you get hit by those fires and the lightning. Anyways, we're gonna pull more stuff on top of the big ghost matron. Our other DPS got killed. I think the Shami got killed by the swirlies. Those peasants, the peasants, like the infected peasant, will throw like infection on someone, and that person will drop some worms after some time, and himself will also drop worms after he dies. You know, I'm just gonna engage the boss. This boss is pretty simple. It's just mostly a tank and spank. It's the tank has to. Okay, so he does this ability where he stuns you and people have to free you, but we have like as paladins a lot of things to remove it. Like if you're human, you have your human racial, you have Bob, you have Bubble, so you can use a lot of those tools to get rid of the stun without losing much DPS. Those fires you see on the ground, those are things that the tank has to move the boss whenever he has too many stacks. I'm gonna use Bob here to just get rid of that thing. And yeah, the tank doesn't really do the mechanic here because like it doesn't have affixes, so it's pretty simple to tank. You know, there's no tyrannical, no fortified, but on tyrannical you are going to need to use those fires, drag the boss to them, then the boss is gonna run around and do a lot of fire damage on everyone in the group, and there's gonna spawn like a bunch of ghosts that are going to be doing damage to I think mostly they target a range player. So yeah, just everyone run away from the ghost, don't get hit by them. But in this one you won't see that because we're just gonna tank and spank this boss, pretty simple. And yeah, try to use your abilities to remove the stun, because that's the only thing that's going to like not make you do damage, you know. On the terms of damage, we're doing pretty well, like 94k single target DPS here. Some cleave, you know, we're cleaving on the thing that stuns our group. I think single target damage is fine as Red Paladins with the new tier set. Nothing incredible, but it's better than what we had in the previous tier. Almost finished up with this boss. I would really like them, the tank to move it to the fire, you know, so we could see the mechanic and how he runs around and does fire damage, just to gauge how much damage we're going to be taking on the real key. Anyways, we're just gonna go back to the key and just do some trash, you know. These pulls are pretty dangerous on fortified keys because the worms can like target one person and spit on them, and that person is going to die, you know, all the worms spit. So try to just use your AoE CC here to avoid that happening. Okay, so we're gonna use our abilities now. We have cooldowns, we're just gonna pop whatever mobs are left, you know. Kind of useless cooldowns because everything was kind of dead already. But still, we just use it on whatever is left, you know. Oh yeah, those gorgers, those things that look like ghouls, the pigmen, have a frontal, so don't be in front of them when they're doing the gorge, or you can like interrupt it, you know. This is one of the changes they did in this place. You're gonna see a big circle that a big guy, a Kulturan guy, is going to do. That thing used to be interruptible, while in this iteration of Waycrest Manor it's no longer interruptible. So that means that it's going to be really annoying to try to do like big pulls into Ral, which is the big boss, you know, the big boss. So maybe that's going to make it like not impossible. Well, not impossible, you know, but kind of annoying to do. The people are going to find a way to just do like huge pulls with Ral, because that boss is pretty simple to do. Anyways, we just finished off this pack. There's that witch does poison cast on someone. It does a lot of damage, so if you can dispel the person that has the poison, it's really nice. After that, like most of those ghouls like jump around and put bleeds on people. Just something the healer has to like take care of. This Banquet Steward is the thing I'm talking about. You know, that dinner bell cast used to be interruptible. Now it's not. I hate the tier set, how it looks. Reminds me like a Burger King or something. Anyways, here our tag just runs in and dies. He literally just insta dies. I was trying to like put a defensive on him, but I don't have it macroed in the PTR, so I was like, oh crap, press something, and he died. Anyways, we're just gonna go back to it, you know, just we died, we gotta go back. That pull is a bit dangerous, you know. I think he went in without cooldowns. There's two big guys, and those big guys actually do a lot of damage, you know. So there's a lot of area denial. He's about to die again here. He survives this time. We have cooldowns, we're just gonna pop and destroy everything here. Your normal rotation with tier set. The only thing you have to worry about is if the target has expurgation, so you throw your judgment and get your buff from your 4 set. That's mostly it, you know. After that, you just do your normal rotation, you should be fine. Oh yeah, one big change, do not use Hammer of Wrath in AoE, you know, just in single target. Okay, we're back now and gonna go to the pig boss. So as I said, the pig boss is really easy to do. Even on high tyrannical, the thing doesn't do a lot of damage. It's mostly just dodge, and that's pretty much it. Oh, you also have to kill ads, you know, but they die really fast, even on tyrannical. So most people in BFA used to do like whole room pulls. You pulled everything in this room and the next one into Raw and just nuke it down with them, you know. And there was only like one kick, which was one of those stewards that you had to like deal with. Currently, that's non-interruptible, so that pull is going to be a bit harder, you know. Okay, so this is the only thing you have to do. You dodge those frontals, you don't stand in the green stuff, and you do damage to the boss. That's pretty much all that's going to happen in this place. This is his other ability called Servants. He's gonna call like 4 guys that are slowly going to walk towards him. If he eats them, he's going to heal, so you don't want him to eat them. You're gonna see them now. I think they're walking. Yeah, they spawned. You see they're very slow. Any CC you can use on these to kill them before it reaches Raw. Just gonna stun that one before it reaches the boss. It was pretty close, but it didn't reach him. After that, you got those oozlings, you know. You just try to get the tank to get aggro up them. They do hurt a bit, you know, the melees and stuff. By the way, this frontal is physical damage, so you can actually bop it if you don't want to move. Yeah, you can also use bubble and all those things to save yourself or save someone else. I mean, with bop you save someone else, with bubble you save only yourself. But still, it's good to know that that thing is physical damage. It looks like nature, you know, because it's green, but it is physical. Got another round of those servants, but the boss is almost dead, so I'm just gonna kill the boss. We're gonna do a little bit of padding here. And now we're gonna go to the next room. So this next room has a bunch of maggots. As I said, maggots are dangerous and fortified keys, mostly because they can like target one person and spit at that same person all at the same time, you know, and that's very dangerous. The tank's gonna go kind of wild here. He's gonna pull a bunch of stuff. I already used my cooldown, so I'm kind of sad here. One of those witches, by the way, drops that green stuff on the ground. That little plant thingy is gonna knock you up. It's kind of hard to see, so probably have to be aware of that on the like higher keys and stuff. And we're pulling the matron Alma. She just does that edge cast on someone and does a lot of damage. You gotta like just heal it off as a healer. Other than that, just do damage. Normally we didn't play the matron because it was a very hard mob to do in BFA, because we had portals at the end of BFA, you know. We could just use a portal and go drop down to the next room, you know, under the floor, and it was pretty easy to do. But on the first season we didn't have them, so we had to like play some of this trash. Yeah, just finish off the Matron Alma and we're gonna go to the downstairs part. Waycrest Manor is one of those dungeons that is really fun to do. I have really good, fond memories of this place. It has a lot of trash, so there's a lot of AoE, and AoE was really good for us in BFA. It's still good, you know, now, but I think when we had like corruptions and having 250% mastery or something like that, AoE was so fun to do. Tank's gonna go a bit wild here as well. Oh, I put pull aggro of that little witch. He has it now. Just gonna pop everything here and nuke these witches down. As I always, try to do a rotation as clean as I can, you know. Expurgation, judgment, and then spend on that. Try to use my judgments effectively. I'm not using any like specific build for this. I'm just using normal Templar Strike build. Actually, I think Templar Strike might have a an actual like use next patch. I was thinking that was going to be Crusader Strike because it just scales better, but Templar's Verdict build has like an extra multiplier for the that affects our tier set, so maybe it gets some use, you know. You never know. We still need the simulations. You saw there we just nuked that pack down, and now we're gonna engage the next boss, which is Lord and Lady Waycrest. Really fun fight. We have good utility for this place, you know. We got our poison dispel. That you're gonna see. I get the poison here. I dispel when I'm away from the group and drop the thing out there, so I don't put it on someone else, you know. If other people step on the thing, they're gonna get the disease as well, and it's gonna spread quickly. So try to get out of the group a bit, you know. Don't just dispel it in the middle of everyone. I get it again. I move away a bit. I dispel. I think the healer dispelled this time. It's a good thing I moved, because if he dispelled it while I was in the group, people could have get the disease. After that, it's just tank and spank on Lord Waycrest. Lady Waycrest is gonna do those swirlies on the ground. Just dodging them, you know, dodging them as best as you can. They do a lot of damage, so don't get hit by them. You gotta kill Lord Waycrest, and it's gonna also hurt Lady Waycrest. And when she is like at a very low percentage, she's gonna join the fight. And she doesn't really do much other than like a cast every few seconds. Then you have to like take turns in interrupting that thing. So try to always kick it. The fight is mostly heavy on the tank damage, you know. Protection warriors are really good for this fight because they can like spell reflect a lot of the things that Lord Waycrest throws on them and do a lot of damage that way. So yeah, that's really good. Now that Lady Waycrest is here, we just have to take care of that kick. We're still taking care of those diseases, so don't dispel them inside of your group. Don't give everyone the disease because it's going to do a lot of damage. The dot from the disease actually does a ton of damage, so be careful with that. Dispel there, away from everyone. And yeah, after that you just AoE them down and kill them. And now we're gonna do the trash that leads to the last boss, Goraktul. So this trash, there's a trick. You can bring this upstairs, and there's a point where you can stand, so these ghouls don't like jump to people, because they like to jump around, and it's kind of hard to AoE them down. But our tank just decides them to pull here and just nuke them down. I guess it's fine because it doesn't have affixes, so the jumps are not very dangerous if this is not fortified. Just AoE them down, take care of them, and we are gonna go to the next boss, Goraktul. These ghouls, like I said, are actually pretty dangerous. It's just because there's no affix that they don't do a lot of damage. They can also like target the same person and jump to them and nuke them down, you know. Maybe Blizzard actually fixed that, you know, so they don't target the same person at the same time. Okay, Goraktul. This fight has like one kick that you have to do. He's gonna spawn those slavers, you know. They have a cast that will stun a person for like 10 seconds if you don't stun them. So just try to stun them and kill them down. Just manage the ads. Now, you're gonna see those little like golden swirlies on the ground. You just walk over them and they have a you're gonna get an action button. You use that to kill the corpses of the ghouls, you know. You don't kill the actual ghoul. The ghoul has to be dead. You throw the action button on top of the ghoul and it's going to disappear the corpse, so it doesn't resurrect, you know. Goraktul is going to do an ability that resurrects all the ghouls if the corpses are still on the ground. So I see that no one is doing that and we're getting resurrection, so I just go and kill that corpse, you know. Well, not kill, you know, you can't kill a corpse, but you like make it disappear. So he's gonna do a resurrection here. There was one thing behind us, you know, one of the potions, but no one was using it, so sadly we got a resurrection there. I see that really no one is taking care of them, although the boss is getting a bit low, so I just go and run to the next potion and like get it after my cooldowns, that is, you know. Kill this ghoul, do a bit more damage, and now I'm gonna get the potion. And I'm gonna use it on the corpses, and yes, nice. We didn't get any resurrections because of that. I don't think it really mattered because the boss just was like about to die, but still, you want to control that. You don't want to get overwhelmed with ads on Goraktul. And well, yeah, that's Waycrest Manor, guys. The overall damage recollection was kind of bugged. It didn't actually show when the key ended, so I had to like manually put overall, so you're gonna check it now. And yeah, that's kind of our overall damage, you know. You can actually check the recount here. Divine Storm is high, Blade of Justice, Wake of Ashes. Expurgation didn't actually do so as much as I thought because, mobs actually died really fast in this place because there's no affix, no fortified, no nothing, you know. So if mobs die fast, Expurgation loses a bit of its value because it doesn't do the full damage to all of them. You saw a lot of those packs like got melted instantly. But still, we can also see that Wrathful Sanction is doing a lot of work. It's doing a bit more than Searing Light. And like I said in the last video, you know, Wrathful Sanction, Searing Light is a last point talent. So if Wrathful Sanction is doing about the same damage of it, it's a pretty good tier set, you know. And our Divine Storm, like I said, is doing a ton of work there. It's pretty high up in their damage. And yeah, that's pretty much how that Waycrest went. And well guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching everyone.